Medicare is making history right now in 2026, and there's a lot of seniors across the country that are not quite sure what to think about this, leading to frustration, irritation, confusion, overwhelm, surprise, and some people who are being completely blindsided by what is going on right now. In fact, right now in 2026, they're calling this the Great Medicare Network Purge. Yeah, that's what 2026 is being called right now. Well, do you think beneficiaries are in luck when things like this happen, or do you think that this is hurting beneficiaries across the country? Drop your comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to think about that. Do you think that this is advantageous to the Medicare beneficiary or not so much? Again, I'd love to read your comments down below. Anyway, I also have this article right here, which I'm going to pop up in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about here. There's even a table here that you can probably see on the screen. Again, I'm going to pop this up on the screen here in the video so you can see it for yourself, but a very interesting article, some different things I want to point out for you because this is something we knew was coming. In fact, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for the last, call it 2, 3, 4 months or so, I've literally been talking about this since late 2025. I was out in a lot of videos in late 2025 and said, get ready, everybody. Please, if you're on Medicare, get ready because we're seeing something coming in 2026 that we've never seen before with Medicare. Well, obviously, here we are in early 2026, right here, right now, as I film this video, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it right here, right now. It is happening. Anyway, let's pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through the details of this, and I'll explain some of the key differences that I want to point out for you. So again, right at the top of the article, you can see it for yourself right there. The Great Medicare Network Purge. What do you think that that's referring to? Yeah, exactly what I talked about at the end of 2025 so much, which is tons of these plans were changing, tons of the plans were being dropped across the entire country, millions of beneficiaries that are literally being dropped and or crosswalked into a new plan. Basically, crosswalked is basically just a fancy way of saying, hey, we're going to drop your plan and we're going to automatically place you into a different plan that is comparable to the one that you were on. That's what they've been doing for people, okay? Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of people across the country on Medicare that are just being put into wrong plans, or that they stayed on the plan that they were on, and all of a sudden the plan changed right out from under their feet. They didn't realize it, but maybe the doctors, the networks they were in, the offices, the clinics, the hospital systems, the prescriptions that they were taking, all of it changing in a massive way. And again, I pounded the table on this at the end of 2025, and I said, please do yourself a favor and review your plan. In fact, back in September, this happens every September, by the way, September 2025 was not, something unique, but they sent out your ANOC, Annual Notice of Change letter. You should have gotten that back in September, okay? They legally had to have it out to you by the end of September. Now, you either got it physically in the mail as a letter, or you got it via email, and digitally, I should say. And basically, it outlined all the different changes within your Medicare plan for the upcoming year. That's a very important document. In fact, I had multiple videos out at the end of last year saying, please read through this. And if you need help at any given point, well, then I kept going like this and pointing to the phone number there for chapter, as thousands of you in this community have already done so. A ton of people, I mean multiple thousands of people in this community have called chapter there to get free help, collectively saving a few $1,000,000, which is absolutely amazing for those of you in this community. Amazing stuff. More on that a little bit later. But as you can see down in that article there that I popped up for you, there was that chart as well. And again, Medicare is making history. I'm going to say this much, not in a good way. Not in a good way. This is not making history like, oh yeah, new record. This is awesome, new records. No, beneficiaries are saying, new record, this blows. This is not good for the beneficiary because what's happening is, well, number one, we've now surpassed over $200 a month of the Medicare Part B premium. Not a good situation, right? As you recognize and as you've heard me say so many times in other videos, the new premium now is $202.90 a month, an increase of $17.90 or nearly 10%. That's nasty for the beneficiaries. So there's been a lot of people that have been receiving their benefits as, we've gotten a couple checks here, depending on what type of benefit you've gotten, but you've probably at least received at least one benefit as of now for the year of 2026, okay? And again, some beneficiaries have received more, but most have received at least one as of now, okay? But my point being is that a lot of people are wondering, hey, I thought we were getting a 2.8% COLA. Yeah, you're right. We got the 2.8% COLA. The problem being is that the Medicare Part B premium is so high, the increase anyway, is so high that it's eating up the majority of that COLA, and beneficiaries are not seeing like virtually any change in their checks, especially the lower income beneficiaries. They're maybe seeing a couple dollars at most if they're lucky, if anything at all, right? That's a major problem. And again, I've discussed that in great detail in separate videos as well. But not only that, in that table that was up on the screen there with that, this article here that I still have on my phone there, there was that table there, okay? And it also talked about the Medicare Part B deductible as well. That went up by another $26 as well, from $257 last year to $283, okay? It's a one-time adjustment, but again, how many times have we heard one-time adjustment over the last couple of years, right? Not sure about you, getting really sick and tired of some of these phrases that these meatheads keep throwing out there. It's just a one-time adjustment, or pay their fair share. Yeah, I'm getting real sick of hearing this. I mean, seriously, at what point are people going to stop paying their fair share and just a one-time price adjustment? Yeah, how many times can they say that before we're all like, we see through your games here with all of it that they're saying, right? So anyway, this is coming back, and again, a lot of beneficiaries on Medicare, unfortunately, learning these lessons the hard way right now. And again, this is not a good thing. Not a good thing. Again, just what I said a couple times already in this video, most notably what I said right at the beginning of the video, the Great Medicare Network Purge. What does that say? That should be warning signs flashing all over the place. Warning, warning, warning. That should be a major warning sign, okay? They're dropping networks, they're dropping doctors, they're dropping prescriptions, they're dropping offices, hospital systems, clinics, things like this, medical procedures. They don't want to pay, right? Yeah, exactly. It's a bad situation. Now, I'm going to throw this out there, and if you've been watching the videos here for a while now, you've heard me say this a million times before in other videos. If you are on Medicare, even right now in early 2026, you may have flexibility. Again, I don't know your exact situation, no promises whatsoever. Here's what I would recommend for you. Before you go out and you get whacked with a bunch of huge medical bills, because who knows what happens with your plan anymore these days, right? Now that we're in the year, all of a sudden people are learning that, oh wait, my doctor's not covered anymore. Oh wait, my prescriptions are costing way more now these days. Oh wait, my hospital system, my office, my clinic isn't covered anymore. It's not in network anymore. You can still see them, but you're going to get hit with a huge medical bill, okay? Just do this. Do this before it is too late. And the reason I say too late is because if you schedule some kind of appointment, which by means, do what you got to do. This is not medical advice in any way, shape, or form. I'm certainly not your doctor, okay? You wouldn't want that. That'd be bad. But my point is, before you go out running out, making all these appointments and things like this, make sure that you've got the best Medicare plan coverages for your personal situation. How can you do that? It's very confusing, right? It could be confusing, but it's not nearly as bad as you think it is. Here's what I'm going to say. Grab your Medicare card, grab your phone, and literally call this phone number right here on the screen. Phone number's on the screen. I have it linked down below in the description, down below in the chat bar, or the comment section. I have it linked for you there. Phone number's right there for you. Free Medicare help. That is for Chapter Medicare. Again, I partnered with them about a year ago to help those of you in this community. Again, thousands, I mean multiple thousands and thousands and thousands of you in this community have literally called Chapter right there to get your free help. You're going to connect with a trusted advisor. They have access to over 20,000 plans across the country. They can look through all those plans, see what plans are available in your local area, and they can work diligently to find you the best Medicare coverages for you and your personal needs. And the reason that I say your personal needs is because we all need something very, very different, right? The plan that I need is different than the plan that you need. The plan that you need is different than the plan that your neighbor needs, right? And here's another thing as well. A lot of married couples make this mistake, which is they just get the same plan. That's not the good choice. My parents are guilty of this as well. My parents do the same thing, right? They get the same plan. And I'm like, dude, mom and dad, I say this to my parents, do you two have the same medical needs? I would hope not. I mean, let's just be real for a second. Let's hope that they don't have the same medical needs, right? If that's the case, then, one of them's got a little bit of a problem. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, my point is that a lot of married couples do this, where they just get the same plan. That is not necessarily the best option. It could be the best option, but may not be the best option, okay? That's why it's so specific to everybody. But my point being is this: grab your Medicare card, grab your phone, just call Chapter right there. It's free. You can see it right there. Free Medicare help. Okay? Anyway, my point being is this: connect with them, spend a little bit of time on the phone with them. Ask them your options, your optionality, your flexibility that you may have right now. See what they can do for you, okay? You never know, okay? My motto in life, and I've brought this motto in over the last few years here: ask and you will be shocked with what you receive. I ask all the time, okay? I say this all the time in my videos. I ask for a discount on everything, okay? I'm trying to save money at every last avenue that I can, because I've learned over the years, when you ask, a lot of times you get something. It's nuts. It's like a very cool concept that I've implemented into my life, because I love getting a discount. I don't like paying prices, like the full price on anything. I'm always asking for a discount. I'm always asking for help. I'm always asking for a better option. That's exactly what you can do here with Chapter. Call them, connect with them, say, here's the deal. They're going to ask you a series of questions to understand your 3 Ps. Which providers do you want to see? What prescriptions do you have? As in, what prescriptions do you need covered? And what other preferences do you have? Those are the 3 Ps that they talk about. They're going to ask those of you, and they want to know so they can curate the best plan options in your local area and see what options you have, okay? Again, before it is too late, and again, like what you saw here in this article that I popped up on the screen for you, make that call and just see, like, what are your options right now, still in early 2026, okay? I think you might be surprised what optionality you have right now, okay? Anyway, point being is that when you see a headline come across that says, "The Great Medicare Network Purge," your ears should certainly light up from that and think, wait, what did they just say? Wait, I'm on Medicare. Wait, purge of networks? That doesn't sound good. Exactly, yeah. You got to figure this stuff out, because the deal is, you don't want to go to somewhere, an office, a clinic, a doctor, something like that, and realize, oh no, my plan dropped them and they're no longer covered, and now you're going to get hit with all these huge medical bills. Okay, I know somebody personally, a relative of mine, that did this. Didn't even know. Going to a doctor that was out of network, she didn't even know. It was one of my aunts, by the way. She was going to a doctor she didn't even know was out of network. Again, she's on Medicare, she's in her late 60s. Going there, getting these huge medical bills. This was last year, by the way. And all of a sudden wondering, what's going on? She called Chapter. Believe it or not, she called Chapter. Just like my parents, my wife's parents. I have a bunch of aunts and uncles that did, her being one of them. She connected with a guy from Chapter here, one of the trusted advisors. They connected with her a different plan, and she found out on that call, oh, the doctor I've been going to all year was out of network? And the guy's like, yeah, that's why you've been getting hit with all these medical bills. And she's like, I didn't know. Yeah. And then she got stuck with all these huge medical bills. Anyway, she changed her plan at the end of last year. So now for 2026, she, is on a much better plan that covers her properly, and that has the doctor that she goes to within the actual network now. So she's better, okay? So anyway, that's what I'm saying, is that give them a call, see what your options are right now even. And again, make sure that you're not caught up in this great Medicare network purge. I don't know. Again, something about that seems not good to me, right? Anyway, let me know what else I can do for you. Again, by the way, after you talk to Chapter here with the phone number, drop a comment down below here on the channel on any video. It does not matter the video. Just make sure to use the word Chapter. Just add the word Chapter into your comment and leave that down below. And again, I would love to grab that comment and feature you in an upcoming video, just like I've done with all of these papers here. Comment after comment. You've seen me fan through these before. Again, I still need to update this stack here. But again, page after page after page of comments I've pulled out of the comments section from those of you in this community that have called, saving a boatload of money, and it's pretty awesome. So anyway, I'd love to grab your comment down below. Just make sure you use the word Chapter within it. Tell me how much money did you save, what happened there, how'd they help you out, and I'll grab your comment and I'll add it to my stack of comments here, and I'll feature you in upcoming videos. Otherwise, let me know what else I can do for you. Please subscribe down below, 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video, big share button right down below. Otherwise, until next time, have a nice day. Hope this helps you. Take care. Please share this video again, subscribe, and I'll catch you again later in the next one. See you.